concentrate and about movement first, to move your body, to transfer your body before your leg will get ready to move forward. And now your body still continue and your leg passing. Now body, leg. I think it's very clear, and I would like one more time ask my partner Karina, and we would like together show you one more example how we can use the same information and using together with our physical connection. So we're going to take our lock steps, continuation lock steps, and we're going to try. And again, first things, we start to move our body, and leg gonna pass in our body. Now body continue, and leg passing, and body continue. Now, before next thing, next lock step, I would like to change direction of Karina, change direction, and one more time, and change direction of Karina's, and we continue again. Body starts first, leg passing, and passing, continue. Again, change direction, and continue. Body, leg, body, leg, body, leg. As you see, I hope it's very clear for you how important is combination of all actions. Right now it's about leg action and movement same time to create more speed, to create more rhythm in the body. And thank you very much. And we're going to continue with our next subject.
And now we would like to continue with our next subject. And they're going to be body action and legs, body action and movement. Now this is a very profound and endless subject, so we're not going to go very much in depth today. We're going to speak about it much more when we do our next series. But today I would like you to learn and to understand the basic principles of body action and how to use it to make your cha-cha action look more flexible and softer. So, first of all, we're going to, of course, talk about the pendulum in your hips. Then I'm going to take you through the hip rotation and how you can combine your upper body with hip rotation. Okay, so first we're going to discuss the pendulum. As you can imagine, a very big clock that has a pendulum action on the bottom. This is what your hips are going to be doing. They're going to go from side to side. However, when you do this, you can just do from side to side this way. What happens, you drop the weight onto the leg, releasing the hip bone, thus making your legs look shorter and your body weight look heavy. What we would like to achieve when we do the pendulum action is when your pendulum doesn't go down, but goes up. So you go to the side, goes up, from side to side, up, up. So creating a pendulum action. Okay? Now, when we combine the pendulum action with rotation, I would like you to think about a number 8. We draw number 8 this way. We're going to take it horizontal to create an infinity sign. Now, when we do our hip rotation, it's not only going to be that your hips are a little bit back in a neutral position and you're rotating in the back. What you're going to try to think about is creating a forward action underneath, around, underneath, around. So you're creating your number 8 not by having your hips in the back only, switching them from side to side, but creating a beautiful action of number 8. As we combine now action of number 8 and pendulum, when your hip goes forward, you're not just going to leave it forward, you're going to keep it going up. So you're bringing your hip higher and higher, thus creating a longer leg illusion. Then it goes back around, forward, up, back around, forward, up, back around. Now I'm sure you have learned something similar or maybe the exact same thing before. How can we make that body action more innovative, better, more flexible? When we use the hips, we're going to combine them with the rotation of your sides, your rib cage. So as you do just the hips, it's a great action, but it's much smaller than if you do exact same thing with the rotation of your ribs. You create a much more flexible and much softer action. Now, you have to keep in mind that when you do this, this is very important, not to allow your shoulders to rotate with your rib cage, making it look very one-dimensional. So as you do that, you're going to try to have a counter rotation or a twist between your shoulder blades and your shoulders and your rib cage with your hips. So you're creating a counter action. And the more you continue taking it around, you have to press down your shoulder blade rather than lifting it, thus releasing this back. So we're going to use a hip rotation and continue pressing down on the shoulder blade. You can feel this action if you take your arm around and place your hand on your own shoulder blade. So if your shoulder blade is up, you're in the wrong position. If your shoulder blade is pushing down, thus connecting your shoulder blade with your rib cage, it's great. So, recuperate, we have pendulum, up, up. We have a number 8 that goes forward and back, and we have same action with your rib cage in opposition to your shoulder blades. Now that you have a general idea of what body action is and how to use it, we would like to take you further by explaining to you how you can connect body action and leg. For this, I would like to invite my partner Slavik to be an associate for me in this explanation. Great. Please stand with your feet apart. Now, when he just stands here, I would like you to create a cross in your mind, an illustrious cross between the hips and the knee, and the opposite hip and opposite knee. So whenever he's going to move, he's not going to be moving independently. He's going to always keep in mind that there is an invisible elastic connecting his right hip with his left knee and his left hip with his right knee. So now we're going to create a pendulum on the right. Rotation around into a pendulum. Now please notice that his left hip is pointing down and his right hip is quite high, creating a longer leg. So he's in a perfect pendulum position coming out of the rotation. Now before he does the next step, as he's going to try to continue and bring the leg in, he's going to keep in mind that his knee on the left side and his right hip are connected. So let's try that again. So instead of just doing without and keeping, hold on, can I have your leg there? Keeping your hip continue and leg stay there, or closing your leg independently, he's going to connect his knee and his hip and bring it in together, as if an invisible elastic is being pulled from the hip by bringing the knee in. Now we're going to do just step together to the side. And same thing, he's going to bring in the right leg. We're going to start pulling on the invisible elastic, and as he turns the hip, the knee comes in and he brings the leg in. So body action and legs, they are not independent. We never just move the body from side to side and let the legs come there on their own. It's all connected. It's going to happen same thing as he moves forward. If you please take a step forward. Before he can bring his right foot forward, he cannot just do that from his knee on. It's independent and it doesn't look very smooth. For that, he's going to continue his hip rotation as much as he can allow using his rib cage. But notice that his right shoulder is not going back as well and not going up. It's going down and forward, thus creating a counter action in his rib cage and upper body. His right hip is very much turned out, and it's still high, pendulum up in the back. Now he's going to release this pendulum, allowing the hip to come forward onto the left foot. Before his foot's going to start moving from the back to forward, he's going to rotate his left hip around, and by doing that, bringing in the leg with the connection. Now before he's going to continue even further, he's going to allow that hip to come a little bit more back, releasing the leg. Great. Great balance. Now as he gets onto the foot, he has a pendulum on his left high hip. Before we do anything else, he's going to release this pendulum, arrive forward on a high hip, not dropped hip. So if you can demonstrate the dropped hip on the right, this is a dropped hip without a pendulum, on a high hip. Now before the leg comes in, I'm going to try to rotate the hip, which will allow the leg to come as a result. So, thank you very much. As you may notice, hip action, rotation, and leg action is all combined. It's one big subject. And I can go much further in depth by explaining what comes first and how we rotate. But so far, you can use this much information to make your routine that you know by now by heart much more flexible and softer.
After Karina's explanation about body action and leg action combination, I would like to continue and go more deep and explain body action, leg action, and movement, and how we can combine these three subjects. And I would like to get into my preparation position one more time. And I would like to first to do my body action. And first I will start with pendulum and leg action, same time. But before leg action, I would like, because right now, my body weight on a split position and my hip quite neutral. Now, I would like to make pendulum action, but without movement in the spine. So what's going to happen? I bring my hip into the pendulum, and my spine and my body standing still where it was before. So I become back-weighted, and my posture is broken. And because of that, I will lose speed, rhythm, musicality. So I would like to come back and point out for you how important, when we make a pendulum action, I would like to bring my spine and press into my hip. I will move my spine into the hip. So my hip and my body standing standing together on top of each other. Yes? Now, from this movement, now we'll continue into rotation. So first half, I will do rotation and bring my leg into neutral position. So right now, my leg into neutral position and my hip neutral position. Now I'm going to continue next one. I'm going to continue rotate my hip and move my leg forward, but again, without movement in my spine. So I'm rotate my hip and bring my leg forward and my spine very far away behind. And as you remember, when we spoke about body weight transferring, we spoke about three positions in the body, A, B, C. And you remember in Cha-Cha we said, because of the speed in the music, we first two slow step, 2, 3, we have to use B and C position. So we have to arrive much closer and much quicker to the center of the foot on a step, on our next step. So one more time, I'm rotate, bring my leg to neutral position. Now I use quite quick rotation in my hip and leg action, very sharp and very quick, which is very character for the Cha-Cha. And I will move my spine same time when I rotate my hip. So I rotate my hip and move spine together, hip, spine. And rotation, move spine, and leg very quick and arrive. So right now, my hip already standing on a masculine position on top of my standing leg on the center of the foot. Now I will continue again with my pendulum, and my spine will continue movement forward into my hip one more time. And I move forward into my spine, into my hip. And without movement in the spine, we're going to create again problem. So one more time, center foot, I move forward my pendulum, I release naturally my hip forward and move spine into my hip. And continue again, rotation, bring my leg into neutral position, and I continue with rotation in my hip. I swing my leg in my knee forward and move spine together. So I arrive very clear onto my foot, more closer to my center of the foot. And again, I move my pendulum forward together with my body, together with my spine. I rotate, at the same time I move my body forward. Yes? And we have slight difference when we dance lock step as well. I was explaining a little bit before when we did body transferring, body weight. We was explaining when we make a lock step action, we have to use A position at first. So when we bring leg in, now we rotate our hip and move spine forward. And my leg will arrive very quick, but my body is still on a split position. Now I have to move my body, and same time I have to bring my back leg into close like step position. And right now, next one, I continue again. I'm gonna work with my hip. Pendulum, I have to compress up, my leg becomes straight, but same time compression between my hip and compression between my shoulder blade gonna create movement in my spine and press my body forward. I press my body forward and I'm arrive on a B position, A position, B position, and continue pendulum and release naturally hip and together with my spine forward. So I think you really understand how important all combination of action and make all this action work for like one unit, for one reason, for one point. And I would like to show you some small example of our action, body action, leg action, and body movement. So I will take a small piece of our choreography where we're using time steps. So I will place myself on right leg, and now I will step left leg. Now, as always, cha, cha, 1, 2, and 3. Cha, cha, 1.
Much faster. Now, one of the major characterizations of... Now, you have slow, cha, cha, 1.